are one of those people that believe in the power of arts and culture. This is what is basically determining who we are. It provides us with a common language and a common identity. And therefore, I think most times when we talk about the liberation struggle of Namibia, we talk about Namibia's history, we focus on the diplomatic, the political, the military. But never do we focus on what has sustained us throughout those years of apartheid. It was the songs, it was the music, it was those halls in which we gathered. And we used to tell people, the fact that we are an oppressed people do not stop us to celebrate who we are. The fact that we are oppressed people will never damn our spirit to be free. And that comes through our music. It comes through our dance. And for me, being here at this exhibition really fortified my belief in the power of music and in the power of song and dance to carry us through difficult times, through celebrations, and all of that. So when yesterday I came, I spent at least 2 hours. Some of it was up, it was still, very early in the exhibition. But I recognized so many places, I recognized so many faces. And this was during the time that I was a young girl, and I keep on saying to them, there are things I will not tell my children that I used to do when I was young. But yes, that was the vibrancy of today. You are standing on a platform and you are saying Viva Swapo, Viva Namibia, and then in the evening you go and you listen to the ugly creatures and the Baronesses and the People Brothers and all that. So there was always this kind of like mixture between the seriousness of the liberation struggle and the desire to be free, but at the same time not to forget that it was our music that kept us going. In fact, you will see one of the halls in Walvis Bay is a hall that my uncle built, Otto Governor. It was during those days. It was called the Otto Governor Hall. That was my father's oldest brother. So today it's obviously gone through metamorphosis, so I don't know what it is currently, but during those days it was the place to be. Just as the Gemeenskapsaal, the community hall in Curator. So all these buildings that you will see were really venues bringing us together. So once again, congratulations to everybody here. And it is times like this that we remember Jackson Kauyewa, and that we remember other artists that has put Namibia on the map. Here is my small brother here that continues to do that, because it is through your songs, not through talking. I don't think you talk a lot. Eh? You don't. You're not like me. You sing. And so, congratulations once again to everyone. But as we go through the deadwood, ugly creatures, baronesses, oh my gosh, I can go on. It took me back many, many years ago. And I'm so glad that I'm still alive to witness what is going on. So thanks again, High Commissioner, thanks SOAS, thanks Thorsten, thanks everyone for making this possible. So after this, obviously, we are going to sing and dance, and I'm going to sing, I promise you. You will, yeah? Thank you. Let me introduce Thorsten to you, and Thorsten is going to speak about a young man in Namibia, Ben Molatsi. And it was so interesting when we first talked and he explained to me, I tried to remember and I do remember vaguely listening to, hearing about Ben. And I'm really glad, and I understand that actually he is the one that gave rise to this project. So I think it's time to honor him. Thank you very much, Thorsten. Here you are.
I will keep it short, I promise. promise. Once again, also thanks on behalf of me and the Stolen Moments team. I'm part of the research group. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the offspring of the whole project that started 10 years ago. And as it is because of one recording that we found in the vaults of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation. It's one recording that we found, and you will see it when you enter in the exhibition, you know, that was lying there in the archive, and it was scratched, and it didn't have an album cover, and it was causing a lot of questions. And when we started to walk around and ask who was Ben Molazzi, we barely found any answers because only a few people remembered him. It took us some time to find him. Eventually we found him, and once I had the opportunity to speak to him, you will actually see the whole story later in the exhibition. I realized there's a whole story that we have never heard about. So Ben Molazzi is actually the one that we owe this exhibition to, because he made us ask questions. Unfortunately, Ben is not with us anymore. He passed away in 2016. He was supposed to be our opening guest when we opened in Germany the exhibition. But when we went through the process of research, we made one promise to him. We wouldn't be aware if we would be able to keep it, but we told him, your music must be heard, because all of these recordings that were lying in the Southwest African Broadcasting Corporation's today's NBC's vault have never been published. They have been only used for anthropological use, and these artists never had a musical career internationally. Some of these artists have been broadcasted then in the different language radios, but to a larger extent they were never heard. So we said to Ben, we would really like to release your music maybe one day, if this project is going anywhere. And I can tell you that today is a very, very, very special day, because what I'm holding here in my hand is the first music release of the Namibian music legends that we are going to release together in cooperation with the NBC, Bear Family Cree Records. And we have here with us not only Alberto, who's the former Director General of the NBC, but we also have the head of radio, which is Moshito Mokwama, and who was a very, very key part player in going this long way of 3 years of music releases. So thank you so much, Moshito, for being here. Yes. Maybe you would also say a few words.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to recognize my former Director General, who is now ambassador, representing us, at a larger scale. This exercise, truly speaking, has not been an easy one, as Thorsten is explaining. Sometimes it went underground and then it came up again. Underground and came up again. It went to Germany and here. And with me, I didn't come alone. I came with the manager, the acting manager of Kaisames, which was formerly called Damaranama. She did not only, just witness, but she also took part in transcribing, translating from the Damaranama language into English. And her name is Desiree.
And I'm so honored to be here. I didn't know a few years ago when Aino had asked me to transcribe this, that this was going to be this big. She had to contact me over email and asked if I could transcribe some audios that they had found about interviews that had gone on in those years, and I did. And when I was asked to come along to this exhibition, I remembered, I'm like, I know about this, so I'm very honored to be here.
Oh, well done. Thank you so much. So, without further ado, the album, who's interested, it's going to be out on CD as well. At the moment it's in vinyl. It has a very nice booklet in it with all the story and so on. You will find it there on the desk if you want to purchase it. And you can also buy it online. I think now I'm going to hand over to... Okay, thank you so much.
Are we not supposed to hear a song by afterwards? I am really, oh my goodness, I'm a little bit disorganized. I have my statement here on the phone. So, Miss Valerie Amos, I think she might have left already. Advocate Bience Gawanas, Under Secretary General. What a privilege to be here. There are so many people to thank, and I think most people have said thank you, thank you, thank you. So I would like to thank my colleagues for coming. I would like to thank Ambassador Amos for coming all the way from Paris. what a privilege to share this moment with you. Your Excellencies, Ambassador Euripides from Cyprus, welcome, and everybody else who's here. Friends, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all here. And unfortunately, you missed a highlight of this evening, which was the viewing of the exhibition before it opened by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations, Honourable Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. She was here earlier and she was just blown away by this, and I hope all of you are going to be blown away. I want to just say that for me, there were a couple of poignant moments. One was when Aino was introducing her to the record Ben Malotsi, and she said, you know, we found these records in the vault. And she was just, it was like a sacred moment, you know, when she spoke about that. It was like, you know, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, that kind of moment. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you understand what, it was really awesome. And I think the gravity of that, you know, that you have artists who were not recognized. And in that same